Hi guys, Jimmy here. Welcome back to my channel. So it's day 16 of my 31 days of Halloween and what this film or films mean to me. And today we're going right back to the early 2000s and we're going to be talking about Shaun of the Dead. Yes, Shaun of the Dead, part of the Cornetto trilogy where it all started. I enjoy Shaun of the Dead. I enjoy Hot Fuzz. Not so much The World's End. I still can't get my head around that film at all for some reason. I'll be honest with you. I just don't get it at all. It's lost on me. But Shaun of the Dead, comedy, horror comedy, whichever way you want to put it. I can't remember before that there'd been such a popular one like this, but I was working in South Kensington at the time and I was on my way to South Kensington train station one day on the way home and there was a telephone box, yes, a telephone box in the early 2000s that was still usable, and it had this image on all three sides of it. And I just thought, what is that? And as I was walking close to it, I was like, what the heck is going on there? And it was like Shaun of the Dead. And I was like, right, okay. So we are definitely going to make a trip to the cinema to see this. And the first time I saw it, I'll be honest with you, I thought, yeah, this is a good film. Then it came out on DVD and I watched it again and there was lots of little things that I missed. And I thought, whoa, this is like next level brilliance. And I thoroughly enjoyed this film. As I said, it was the early 2000s. Internet was still relatively young, shall we say, and it was just, yeah, there was nothing like this around at the time. I mean, we had Return of the Living Dead, in the 80s, and then the third one in the 90s, and I can't remember before Shaun of the Dead, but then that too many comedy horrors or horror comedies, whichever way you want to put it round, that was so popular, like, say it got cinematic release, it was lauded, everyone was like, yeah, this is really great, and it was a fun film as well. Let's go down to Winchester, and there's lots of scenes in that which is just so funny. I picked up a few editions. The editions that I've got are actually all Everythingblue, so this was an Everythingblu release, and you've got some extra goodies inside there. And they also done Hot Fuzz, part of the same set with your Steelbook and your external cover on there. This film has one of the best lines in any comedy film that I've seen, which is the one where they're describing the road accident over the radio and he goes, they've been decaffeinated, and then he gets corrected and even decapitated. Whenever I see that, that cracks me up all the time. And then we had the end of the trilogy, The World's End. I still can't get my head around this. I must have seen this film about 8 times. I just don't get it, honestly. I don't know why. And it's like that. I love the cast, but I just don't get the film for some odd reason. Yeah, when the first time I saw it, I was like, okay. And every time I've seen it since, I've just find it a really hard watch. But Shaun of the Dead, amazing film. I managed to pick up the Everythingblue edition. Now, the artwork and the cover on this is absolutely fantastic. So you've got some really nice artwork there. You've got this still that actually, even the still on its own, goes for quite good money. I was tempted to trade this in ages ago. The only thing is, and I've never complained about a transfer before on any film that I've ever brought, but I remember buying this and the transfer wasn't great. I remember looking at this thinking, this is almost like DVD quality. And this was one of the earliest 4Ks I think I brought as well. And I was like, what the heck? But the edition is amazing. There's lots and lots of stuff in there. Everythingblue is now back with Everythingblue. It's Savvy are no longer going to be doing it, which is great. But inside that edition, that's outside the Winchester where they're trying to get in. There was just so much stuff. Oh, here you go. There was just so much stuff inside here. It's just packed solid with extras. If you ever see this, it might be worth picking up, but it's I think it's a fair price now. I think it's a fair price. But there was art cards in there. There's a little booklet in there. There's a name badge in there. 4E Electronics, which is great, and a little nod to Dawn of the Dead. And that's it for today. So yeah, it's Shaun of the Dead, early 2000s. I think that was when I properly started buying copious amounts of DVDs and things like that. Just insane amounts of DVDs. I remember Virgin stores had a shop on the King's Road and they used to do that 5 for 30, 5 DVDs for 30, and we thought we were getting a bargain then, and now we're just literally giving them away. But that was Shaun of the Dead. Thoroughly enjoyable film. Still watch it today. I tell you what, it's actually a toss-up between which film do I prefer. Do I prefer Hot Fuzz or Shaun of the Dead? 2 different films. This is pure just all-out comedy. It's quite gruesome in parts, especially the steeple part that comes off the top of the church, or Shaun of the Dead. These are I would compare these to almost if you like Alien or Aliens, depending on what mood you're in. So, you know, if you want a suspense film, it's going to be Alien. If you want an action film, it's going to be Aliens. And with this one, even though this is a comedy horror, this is so funny. It's just all the one-liners in this film makes it brilliant. But Shaun of the Dead, whenever it's on, and it was on, I think ITV4. I think it was on ITV4 quite a lot. But I know that at one point, literally every 3 weeks, this was popping up on ITV4 or ITV2, one or the other. But this film I've always got time for. It's going to be tonight's watch. The classic bit, you've got red on you. And it's just, there you go on the back there, you've got red on you there. And there's a little flyer that was on the inside. I know, sort of little art card that was on the inside. And I think this was, yeah, that was the slip that came with it. So they fit nicely inside there. But that was my choice for today. It's a great film. I will never tire of watching Shaun of the Dead. Likewise, I will never tire of watching Hot Fuzz. But anyway, guys, any questions, let me know. What are your thoughts on Shaun of the Dead? Let me know in the comments below. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you real soon on my next vlog. Have a good day, guys.